You're listening to Sit, Talk, and Listen podcast with your hosts, Payroll Rob and Xavi Bauer.
Yes. All right, I'm not going to bullshit everybody. This is our second attempt of the day. Xavi, we got together 13 hours ago. Nice time early this morning, 9:30 or so. The sun was out. The day was just beginning. Full of energy for the new day. We get together to record, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, we got about 45 minutes in.
Yeah, or so. 40 minutes, 45, something like that.
And realized...
And we realized that the damn machine stopped recording. So
we were firing on all cylinders. It was the best podcast yet.
We don't want to make you guys feel like you missed out on gold, but that was going to be our Emmy episode. So hopefully this pile of shit lives up to what that was.
Yeah, I mean, we were outside.
Yeah, we were outside. No outlets readily available for the power supply for my laptop.
Because we're recording from my house.
We're at Xavi's house today. Taking the show on the road. I had some errands to run. I was down on Xavi's side of town, so I said, "Hey, let's make this easy. Let me come to you. We'll sit down. We'll do the damn thing, and it'll be good." And it was going great. But so yeah, no outlets readily available on the front porch at Xavi's abode. So I'm like, no problem. We've done this show on the road before. My computer's got enough battery. It'll last. It did last. The battery wasn't the problem. The problem was the computer went into sleep mode while we were recording, and I lost it in my earphones. So I was like, oh, and I hurried up and I took the computer out of sleep. And then as soon as it came back, I was hearing the microphone still going in the headphones. So I'm like, oh, no problem. There's the microphone, so no worries. But sure as shit, when I checked back, look later, it wasn't recording. It stopped recording when the computer went into sleep mode. So now we're set up. We are back at Xavi's for convenience factors because it's not good to be loud around my house past 10 o'clock, and it is now 10:30 on the dot.
Yeah, and this is kind of like when my house thrives. We're all up. We're fucking...
This is the bewitching hour at the
we
household of
We are up
Xavi.
and at it. At this. Matter of fact, this morning was probably a little early for our house, but, we sacrificed it for you guys all for nothing. Last thing I'll say is there are going to be some things that, we're going to tell again that we talked about earlier. It does kind of suck to me. This is honesty in media.
Yeah.
It sucks to me that one of the things I'm going to get into is not going to be the initial reaction.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. But
you guys will hear it for the first time.
I'm still just as equally shocked as I was earlier, so I don't think it'll be too different.
Yeah. So, we addressed it. This will be the last time we do, and let's get on with the regular schedule.
Talk, listen, episode 33. We are on episode 33. Today is March 13th, 2025. I am 33 years old.
Yes.
So that works for our episode today. Some quick little national days. See if we get Xavi feeling better about these than last week's. So National Dermatology Day.
I approve.
Get your skin checked.
I feel like,
Got a weird growth or something?
You got to work hard to become a dermatologist.
What's harder, being a dermatologist or being a chiropractor, do you think?
Dermatologist.
Interesting. You think so? Do you think you just have to be more, smarter?
No, I think, intelligence is like a scale. I feel like we kind of have to refine
chiropractors got to do a lot of physical, popping the bags out and shit.
Maybe it's a mechanic smarter, because there's a lot of mechanics that can do things that chiropractors can't do. So it's like, I think intelligence based,
But you think dermatology's job is harder, so I was trying to determine.
I feel like it just takes probably more schooling, right?
I don't know. I'm just kind of spitballing here. I have no clue. I thought you could give me some insight.
No insight. Just think that, I feel like there's more studies involved in dermatology.
So everybody thank your dermatologist today. If you have one or a dermatologist friend,
Maybe I'll revise that. It's National Chiropractor Day. Maybe I'll rethink it. But we're not going to fucking give chiropractors. It's not their day.
It's not their day.
I mean,
their
what are we
time
talking
is
about?
not now.
Any other days?
It's Dermatology Day.
So it's National Dermatology Day.
Coughing up a storm in this kitchen here. So we also got National Jewel Day today, and that is jewel like the gemstone, not the puff, not the vape, not the singer. So what you asked, I think earlier when I mentioned National Jewel Day, you asked my favorite gemstone. I don't know any gemstones outside of diamonds and rubies. Sapphires, maybe? I don't know. Somebody could show me a sapphire.
I'm down on gems. Down on National Gem Day. I maybe was approved earlier, but more I think about it, there are
less approved.
There are child mines and people dying to dig up this shit for rich people, like
blood diamonds. Elon Musk family had money from blood diamonds,
and so I can't support that.
Yeah, we're not interested in your damn jewels.
Any of this materialistic, like
bigaboo.
So many people died, or are in getting severely underpaid to dig up these things for what? So you can wear some on your neck and
little shiny trinkets.
It's bullshit. So I'm out on Gem Day.
Jewel Day.
I'm out on Jules Day.
Jewel singular.
I don't care. Fuck it. Fuck Jules.
Yep. What about the singer Jewel?
Cool. Who will save your soul?
It's a jam. That's a good one.
Save.
Okay, so today is also National Canine Veterans Day. So all your canine police dogs, make sure to shout them out. What do you think?
We didn't even say that earlier.
Nope, this is a new one. Surprise, surprise, motherfucker.
I'm texting Matt back from. I was replying and said I was going to call you earlier, but now I'm recording your and Brady's podcast.
Oh yeah, good, great. Just make sure you go ahead and have that conversation while we're having this conversation. That's nice. Thanks, Matt. So shouts out.
Okay. National Canine Day. Now that is something.
Canine Veterans Day, specifically cop.
It's the best one yet.
Cop dogs.
It's the best one yet.
Really? What do you think? Is being a cop dog one of the top roles you can have as a dog?
It's the top dog.
It's the top dog. What about like a herding dog, like a sheepdog? Herd them.
We're not relevant. This isn't the Old Testament.
Oh, you don't think people have
those dogs?
Herds?
They go through extensive training. They are very well trained. They're very well tested. I mean, those dogs can save a life in certain circumstances.
Yeah, that's true.
So they can get put into the line of fire unwillingly. Really, you know, these dogs
out these drugs and bombs and shit.
Yeah, so
we don't really want to check and see if that's a bomb. Send the dog in.
Yeah, and they're some bad motherfuckers, dude.
Yeah,
when people say, "Oh, you got that dog in him,"
you
are thinking of a canine dog.
Yep.
Well, they're all canines, but I'm talking about the K9, like police force. That's what I meant. Obviously, that was a redundant statement, but that's what I was implying.
Jesus,
gotta be mark a dog,
and it's all the canine dogs. We want to give a shout out to bloodhounds sniffing out them criminals and the other ones.
Yeah, so and then tomorrow, which is maybe going to be close to the end of this podcast, is
tomorrow is March 14th, also 3/14, which would be Pi Day, but also St. Louis Day. It's St. Louis Day tomorrow, guys. It's 3/14 Day. Most importantly, it's St. Louis Day. So make sure to order up some Emo's Pizza, eat your toasted ravs, and wash it all down with some Ted Drews.
Or not Emo's, though. I did say this earlier.
Crusty Red Hot Riplets.
It's go to 7-Eleven, though, if you're down on your luck.
Oh, yeah.
And get the $3.14 for the large pizza.
Yeah, what a deal.
Bob forgot to mention today's also Good Samaritan Day, and I
didn't forget.
I gave a really good testament to my local 7-Eleven, and I don't want that to be lost in the ether.
Yeah, from our blunders.
So You know, it is Good Samaritan Day, so
National Good Samaritan Day.
I take
is
it back.
Today.
This is the better day than
Tomorrow than the 314 day.
Well, no, than K9 Day.
K9
and all,
yeah,
because being a Good Samaritan is few and far between.
Yeah.
Can we agree?
I agree. Because I had mentioned that it seems though people forgot common courtesies like holding the door open for motherfuckers or even just saying thank you when somebody holds the door open for you. So be a Good Samaritan and hold the door, say thank you, and just pay attention to people. Like if you ask somebody how their day's doing, give a shit.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying earlier. The 7-Eleven on Union and Bayless is my local 7-Eleven. I go there 2 to 3 times a day.
Shouts out. Future sponsor.
Every single employee in there, so nice. That when they ask you how your day's going, they want to listen.
Yeah.
They bring up conversation. You talk to them. And I just cannot.
They remember little bits and bits each time.
I will go to the end of the world for that 7-Eleven and their staff.
Yeah, that's good to hear. That's good to, get your little local mart and I think make a connection with the people that work there.
Yeah,
I think so. It's a good community aspect.
Be a Good Samaritan every day. Should be Good Samaritan Day.
Every day. But especially today. It's just recognizing those that are already Good Samaritans, I think, if we say today is the National Good Samaritan Day. It doesn't mean, it's not like Valentine's Day. It's not like, oh, be romantic one day a year. Oh, be a Good Samaritan one day a year. This is your day. No, I'm thinking of it like I'm going to recognize the Good Samaritans.
Well, be a Good Samaritan more than you are a good romantic. Because, it's just, you can overdo the romantic.
Yeah, you can overdo it. But also, don't want to forget about it. If you have a romantic relationship, you don't want to just bop this to the wind.
Yeah, but
stop showing that you care about
if
somebody.
Somebody said you can never be romantic again or you can never be a Good Samaritan again, you choose Good Samaritan.
Probably. But I feel like if you're a Good Samaritan, that being a romance person would just come naturally to you.
Well, no, because sometimes people use romance to be seductive and to maybe hide their
manipulative.
Yes, a lot of times love bombing, all that jazz, dude. It's
go off, gaslight girl boss.
Girls podcast. Okay, whatever. I botched that, but yeah, and a lot of times people aren't who they are behind the mask that they put on.
True. That's everyday life. You can't just think of that as like a downfall to romantic relationships. That's just kind of people. Everybody could be wearing a mask. Usually they are of some type when they're talking to you.
And a lot of those masks get pulled back in
mask off, fucking
the restaurant industry.
Oh, dude. Tales from the service table coming in hot.
Yes. Now, speaking of these masks, I'm going to just paint this little backstory, if I may.
Yeah, I want to give everybody a little visual, paint them the scene, kind of give them the characters.
I'm not going to use names. I did use it in the previous one. I thought maybe
we've had a chance to reflect on that and think maybe people should work a little hard to put the puzzle pieces together. We're not just going to lay them out there for you. We're going to make you do a little bit of work if you want to really know all this.
So I worked at Rosalita's for 4 years.
Yeah.
And back then,
close to the time from the time that it opened, that location.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, like 6 months, maybe, if that.
So yeah, and you were tied in with a lot of the OG staff.
And one of these OG staffers is now married to another OG staffer who is the head chef.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this girl, we've had a pretty up and down relationship.
Yeah. Someday you're friends.
We've both been kind of hotheads, but here's my problem with her is that she's the type of person who she likes to tell like all of her dark secrets to everybody like individually and make them seem like you're the only person that she's telling to as a way of like
seeing if she can trust you or
no, not trust, but no, just as her way of getting attention on her. Like she wants to make everybody feel like they're
so
her go-to person.
You're so special to me.
And then you'll notice too, if there's like a day where something happens where the attention would not naturally be on her, that's when something would happen. Like last week or 2 weeks ago when she got a DUI and had to come in and tell everybody.
She had to come in and tell everybody. Why does she have to tell everybody? Oh, you mean like doing a secretive tell everybody separately thing?
Yes.
Sorry. I thought you meant like she had to come in and be like, sorry, everybody. I was late. I got the D-dub.
No.
That day.
Just went around telling. And then since then, like after that, because she told me and was like, "Oh my gosh," and this and that.
Oh my god!
Since then, she's
my
been
life
kind of
is
giving
so
me.
hard. The cops gave me a ticket for being drunk and driving. Oh my gosh!
She does not talk like that, but
No, I know. In my mind, if you're going to complain about getting a D-dub, that's kind of what you sound like.
no. But so that day, since that day, she's been very cold to me, and on all kinds of shit, just making side faces and all this stuff. So finally, the other day, I say to her, like,
You got a fucking problem?
"You want to tell a story?"
No, I just like to interject here and there with a little bit of this and that.
And she's like, "Yeah, I do have a problem with you. You told everybody that I got a DUI." And I was like, "You told everybody that you got a fucking DUI." Like, I didn't say.
What are we talking about here?
And she was like, "Yeah, so I am mad at you, and like that is why I've been being cold with you, yada yada." And then said it's also because of some other personal stuff she has going on. Anyways, what I did not say at the time, and I had to bite my lip
Yeah.
real hard not to say, because if I wanted to tell all her business, I would have told her that I know something about you. And that was, and maybe what she was referring to, I did tell one person about her DUI because they pulled me outside and said, "Did you hear about so-and-so?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, you talking about her DUI?" And he said, "Oh, she got a DUI?" No, I was going to tell you that another coworker of ours walked into the walk-in cooler and saw her brother-in-law sucking on her titty.
Oh my god!
Now,
I mean, hearing it the second time isn't. It's like, it's not any better. It's not any less shocking.
and just to paint more,
Just like, golly!
and this was a reliable source.
Wow! 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 Wow!
And not only that, her husband was on the line
Brother.
at work during this time.
This is this man's brother.
They have 2 kids. Now, I have since found out that there's been like this has been ongoing, and like in one of her spats in the past where she wanted attention on her, she started confiding in everybody saying, "Is it messed up that I'm texting?" But she didn't say who she was texting, but I'm kind of showing interest to another guy.
I'm texting somebody else. Is it messed up that I'm doing that? Oh my gosh!
And everybody kind of put together. This is before any of this was confirmed. Everybody kind of thought it was her brother-in-law just because how they behave together in the workplace. So since she wants to be all cold and
I mean, she's cold because she was getting them titties sucked in the deep freeze.
yeah, dude, for real. But my
What
mind
the
when she
fuck?
said that I'm telling her business, I was like, first of all, I've been sitting on that for 2 weeks now.
The girl,
and I haven't said
everybody knows your business.
And I haven't said a damn word, but I really want to be like, "Oh, really? You want to come at me? You want to treat me like shit for saying this?" I said, I ought to bring this whole motherfucker down, dude. But I really think knowing her husband, who is a very territorial, jealous man, if he knew that his own brother, who he brought over there,
Who knows what the fallout would be, brother? Like, crazy stuff there.
there's rumors that their second kid is his brother's.
Yeah, that's fucked up. That's fucked up by so much.
And I don't know, because you had questions off the pod.
I had questions. I don't know why there's not a camera in the deep freeze at these restaurants. First off, so much shenanigans happen in deep freezers. Jamie said she had a manager that was one of the owners of Seamus McDaniel's, like one of their
sponsor.
Yeah, sure, they're a sponsor. But one of their kids was running the restaurant, and she was hooking up, having sex out in the deep freeze, and she got fired.
Now that happens used to happen in the family restroom at Rosalita's.
Well, at least there's some decorum there. But like, let's just leave all bodily activities out of the freezer where there's food. I think that sounds like a good plan. Gordon Ramsay would not approve. That's all I'm saying.
Now I believe this. First and foremost, just from gathering intel and paying attention to how people move around me and how people are talking, I think other people kind of strongly suspect this but can't confirm it. And I still, even when I've heard those conversations going, I haven't interjected. So fucking coming at me and treating me like shit when you've been going around and spotting your business, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
If you blew a 6.1, you're stupid. I don't condone it, but
But you're coming in here telling people anyway, so whatever. Everybody's gonna find the fuck out. And you
but the only person I told is because they pulled me outside to tell me that information.
Right.
And I when you say, "Oh, did you hear about so and so?" and I'm like, "Oh, you mean the DUI?" Well, my God, I didn't know that I was way off.
There was just juice floating around this bitch.
So
The tea's deep in the old restaurant industry.
yeah, I mean, you know, I was half tempted. Like the old me probably would have been like, "Oh, okay."
So that's how we're gonna play it. Okay.
And then
Yeah.
going into tonight, this is since we recorded the first time.
Yeah, 13 hours.
I hadn't worked with the brother-in-law maybe in a month and a half. This dude, he's 19. He's a manager because he
my
is
God.
the head chef's brother, and he's back there.
Everything is wrong
and
with
he
this.
he is like,
So many things.
I had to run food tonight, and he was like, "Will you run this food?" And I said, "What table is it?" He said, "Read the fucking ticket."
Oh my
So
God.
I read the ticket, and he goes, "Where are you going?" And I was like, "You pointed at that ticket. It says 23." He's like, "This fucking ticket." And I was like,
Oh my God. Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, if I heard somebody talking all like that, there would be a lot of things that I would have to say to that motherfucker. I would say, maybe you just fucking tell me what table it is, cocksucker. That shit. What up, Sean? Sean's walking in. You're good.
"Hello."
So I agree. Fuck that shit. If you're going to be like, read the ticket. How about you just tell
He said,
me?
"Read the fucking ticket."
Yeah, specifically that. No, dude, that shit shouldn't fly at all. I wouldn't be cool with that. I'd have a problem.
I want to, man.
You say, at least I ain't sucking titties in the deep freeze. Swear to God, man. Like, if you're going to talk that shit, here it comes, brother. Real good brother you are.
Yeah, because Billy Andrews pulled me aside. He's like, "Hey, man, like, you just got to let that go and this and that." I said, "Oh, do I? Do I?"
Do I?
He
I
was
could
like-
bring this whole motherfucker down.
Yeah, because he was like, "You know, the head chef and stuff, that's his brother." So, like, he's like, "You can't come at him." And I was like, "Oh,
Oh, can't I?
yeah." So,
I mean, who said? Like, if motherfuckers gonna be acting devious, they're gonna, it's gonna come at them.
so you know, they do say knowledge is power, and I feel like I have too much of it right now.
Knowledge is also, they say, the burden of knowledge, right?
It is.
And that's what you got going on right now. He's like, I gotta bite my tongue.
Yeah, so, you know,
Sucks.
moving on. But, yeah, that's the tales from a server's table this week. And it's like I said earlier, if you are a person who just wants to relive high school drama,
Oh, yeah.
join a restaurant.
That's the life, man. That is the life if you're looking for constant soap opera storylines.
And I have no interest in any of this. It just comes to me.
It's natural for the industry.
I'm just
unfortunately.
reiterating, though.
Yeah.
But
But it always stems from fresh out of high school motherfuckers, like 19-year-old brother-in-law / head chef brother.
She's 33.
But she ain't grown. She stopped maturing when she was 14, probably.
So, shit's real out here.
Shit is real out here. I can agree with that. Shit almost got real when I was at the school concert this week. So Adrian, stepson, he's 11. He's 6th grade. He has been in band this year. He was also in orchestra. He plays percussion with the band, plays cello with the orchestra. So they had a middle school band concert this week. It was with the whole middle school and the high school in our district. So, there's probably like upper 300s, 400 something kids in this whole concert. And, they do it at the high school. It's in the gym. So there's plenty of room. All the bleachers are out. But man, I tell you, Xavi, I started from the very beginning to become annoyed. And every single little thing from that point on, I was just getting more and more annoyed.
You're a compound annoyed guy.
I am, but I need to know, like,
So what happened?
If I'm if I'm in the right here, I guess is what I'm looking to say. So, like, we had to get there about 40 minutes early to get Adrian dropped, him to get there, and the band had to have all their stuff there and get tuned up, whatever, this, that, the other thing. So anyway, we're there early. We get our spots on the bleacher. We're kind of sitting right by the aisle, giving ourselves an easy exit. The bleachers kind of filling around us, no big deal. Eventually, this family sits behind us. It's like a a mom. She's probably in her mid to late 30s. Dad, same kind of way. And they have 2 younger kids with them. You know, a girl, she's probably about 5, and another boy, he's probably about 7 or 8, if I'm just guessing here. And they have a kid in one of the bands, I assume. So they sit down, and then like right from the time they sit down, it's just jibber jabber. You know, kids saying, "I want to do this. Can we walk and do this? Can you give me a soda? Can you give me some chips?" And the mom is like, "No, we're not doing this and that. I just had my tonsils out. I don't need none of this stuff, this and that." And the dad's just, it's like the most...
Was music being played at this time?
No, not yet. This is just right as I sat down, I started hearing the hemming and hawing and the me.
So at this point, I would not be annoyed.
I was not so much annoyed at this point. I'm just trying to give you an idea of my levels of annoyance building throughout this experience. So they're sitting there, they're chilling, and so I'll just say throughout the night, multiple times, this 8-year-old kid dropped his cell phone, and it hit my back like 3 different times without any sort of apology or even acknowledgement that it happened. It was just like, doof, phone hits my back and then slams onto the bleachers. And that happened, like I said, 3 times, and 2 of those times were during the concert, like once the concert started. So it's like, what the fuck? What are we doing with this kid? But also, that family decided, the grandma, I guess, the mom of I think it was probably the husband's mom, because he went out and fetched her. She's probably a 50-something-year-old lady, and she shows up right as the thing is beginning, and so like everybody in the bleachers has to get up and stand for her to sneak on in to sit with her family, and she's just being loud, like, "Oh, hi, nice to see you, glad you could make it," oh, this and that, while the band director's having a little chat, talking to people about, "Hey, this band, blah, blah, blah." I can't focus on what fucking Dr. Frankenstein's talking about. I got Hemer Halls behind me having a little small talk. Like, we're here for a concert, and you guys think it's time to have a catch-up session. I don't know. Not interested in that.
How does people look?
Who's horrific?
Describe it.
Describe it. I don't know. Guy had a lot of tattoos, buzzed head. He was wearing a t-shirt and some basketball shorts.
You got me at basketball shorts. Fucking concert.
So that was what I had going on behind me. So that was just behind me, mind you. So now in the row in front of me and over to the side, more in the middle, there's this whole other family. And this family decided it was a good idea to go ahead and lay out coats and save like a whole row of bleachers for their family that was going to show up 10 minutes into the concert. So 10 minutes into the concert, they'd already played 2 songs. And then, la-ba-ba-ba-doo, here comes 4 other family members. Time to show up. We're here. Oh, we're here. And not only is it like, oh, we're here, everybody stand up and get out of the way so we can cram into the middle of the bleachers. One of the like members of this family, she's walking up the middle of the, and this lady's young. She's probably in her 20s, early 30s at most. She's walking up the bleachers and she's like looking where they're going, and she's like, "I can't see y'all. Where are you at? Where are you at?" And he's like, "Oh, we're over here." And so she's like, "Okay." And she starts walking, but like almost falls on 5 people because nobody's helping her. And I'm like, if this girl can't see, you picked a terrible spot. You're sitting in the middle of these bleachers and you're not offering any help. You just said, "We're over here." That took about like 3 solid minutes for this family to get all settled in while the concert was going on. They were like, "Oh no, we're blah, 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 blah." So that was another fun little
I'm trying to think.
Thing.
Okay, because I think, yes, I could see somebody being annoyed. I know my dad certainly would be annoyed. Where I'm at, though, because I'm just going to be honest, I'm not even going to want to be at this concert. I'm just there obligatorily.
Look, if you got children, you got stepchildren,
I would be
you're going to
finding
support
it
your
entertaining.
child.
I'd be laughing. It's funny.
At first, it was kind of funny, but the more these little annoyances started
The
building
phone
up,
falling on my back, I would be half tempted to pick that son of a bitch up and throw it over the whole fucking band and make a whole scene, dude. That is like, because that will stick with that kid forever.
And then while this other families are going, I still hear these kids in the back. When is this going to be over? When are we done here? And of the family behind me, that's what got me started playing a game. A little fun game you can play if you're at a sporting event or a school concert or anything like that. You got a family around you, and they're annoying the shit out of you. Play this game. It's called Match the Family with Their Kid. So I was scoping throughout the whole band. I'm like, whose kid belongs to this family behind me? And I think I found him. I found the kid. He was wearing sweatpants and sneakers while everybody else was wearing dress pants.
The son of Jim Shorts was wearing sweatpants.
Who knew? Well, because, and this is the best part, the mom behind, well, she did give me the tip, I guess, because she said, oh, he's wearing sweatpants and sneakers because, you know, that's what she said to the grandma.
You
I'm
know
like,
what?
That, exactly. I'm like, I don't know. Finish. What does that mean? I think she was like, because, you know, he was going to fight me if he didn't, was how the grandma was like, yeah, I know, he wouldn't do it. It's essentially like the tone of her voice is like how she responded to that. So I was like, what a weird thing to say.
In what grade? Fifth?
Middle school, so at least sixth.
At sixth grade, your kid is going to have a temper tantrum to the point that you just bow down and...
Just wear sweatpants, Jimmy. I don't want to hear your bullshit. We got places to be. Oh, yeah, dude. Not fun.
I can't ever remember me being like, yeah, I'm just going to wear whatever the fuck I want.
Not happening. If we were going to whatever, like a little Easter mass or something, no way we'd get away with sweatpants and sneakers.
Oh, shit. No.
So that was just like I said, all these little things adding up. And then, not even like the worst part, but another thing that was an annoyance is throughout like every song, is watching so many people around me having their phone out, recording the entire thing. Like, it's like, what are you going to do with that? You're not going to go back and watch that more than maybe once. And if that once
you're not going to watch it ever.
Yeah. The most you would do is be like, here you go, little Tommy, here's your concert. I filmed it.
And even though, like, I remember when we were at the Metallica concert, there's a person next to us recording the whole thing on their phone, and I'm like, you're at a fucking Metallica concert, right, and you're consuming it through the screen on your phone?
Yeah.
And for what? Matter of fact, if I don't have social media, but if I did, I'm deleting you. If I have to go through 4 hours of fucking 2-minute clips of or whatever.
Johnny
it is.
Johnson's got 2 hours of Metallica live on Facebook.
I swear, dude. Like you're a fucking loser. You are a loser. You should not be allowed to A, go to concerts, and B, allowed to have a phone. The only entertainment you should have should be, can I loosen this straitjacket, and can I beat these padded walls more than 10 times before I'm tired or unconscious? Because fuck you.
Yeah.
Now I'm more mad
about
this time.
Phones.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And I'll say, I'm not mad.
No,
I'm not mad about the parents that want to take a quick little picture.
Okay, yeah.
Or like a 30-second video.
Yes.
But if you've recorded 45 minutes of this concert for your 6th grade child that they have 4 of a year, think about what you're doing.
And let me tell you,
just think about what
if you're doing that, your kid sucks because you suck and you're raising them. You suck. They suck.
Transitive properties.
It's just like,
well, here's a little something that I heard today, though. So speaking of kids that suck, that parents don't suck, little turn of the ball here. Recently, we've had a story in Afton, 2 schools being vandalized with spray paint of white supremacy marks. Have you heard about this, seen this?
No. So
it happened first, I want to say like a week ago, and then second time was like a couple days ago. But the second time, it just happened. It went on at a school that had a camera. So I guess the camera was able to capture the person that did it, but they had like a hoodie and mask on, whatever. But either way, they're like, if you recognize this person's mannerisms or like how they're walking or anything like that, let us know. This kid's mom, 18-year-old kid, it ended up being, his mom turned him in. His mom said, I saw the video and I knew right away that was my son, and I had to turn him in.
No, that's good. And what I can say is this. If your parents don't suck, 50-50 chance you suck. If your parents do suck, 100%.
Higher chances.
100% chance.
Have you not met somebody whose parents suck who's a cool person? You're sitting across from one. He said, you're not a cool person, though.
I mean, Well, but you had other influences in your
Yes,
life.
I took a village.
And, your mom's entertaining.
Brother, she's been counting down this wedding on Facebook with pictures that she's stolen. Like, she posted a picture of my nephew today, Joe's child, and said 3 days until the wedding.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. It's gold.
It said it's gold.
I don't know if we told the story here on the podcast
that's
before.
a classic Fran and
during COVID,
Facebook stories, yeah.
During COVID, we were just doing little fun things around the house as everybody was trying to, just kill time. And me and my sister had a guac off where we, just both try to make guacamole and parents judge.
There's got to be a better thing than guac off. That sounds bad.
Guac off?
Guacamole competition.
All right, whatever you want to fucking call it. We had it, took pictures of our guacamole, posted it on Facebook, and
So
Bob,
the picture is just Nick and Abby standing there next to each other holding little bowls of guacamole.
and Bob's mom, Fran, comments and says, "Congratulations, who's having a baby?"
Little green baby. I have no clue, dude.
How you get that?
I have no idea. That could be a whole episode breaking down the mind of Fran, dude.
It will be. It'll be episode 37.
37. We got to do some prep for that bitch. It's coming up.
I'm going to be seeing her Saturday.
She's pumped. She posted pictures of my nephew. It said 3 days till the wedding.
What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
Nothing. And Joe, my brother, he was like, that picture's like 2 years old. I told her to stop stealing pictures of the kids. Oh, man. She is not good.
I hope you post a picture of me, dude. You can have it.
So Friday, one day to the wedding, it's just Xavi. Because,
You're not in it.
I mean, she's been doing this because it was like a few days ago. There was a picture that Jamie and I took like when we got engaged, and I guess I had sent it to her, and it was like, her hand with the ring on it. And so all it was a picture of Jamie's hand with the engagement ring on it. And so like 3 or 4 days ago, she posts, 6 days until the wedding, and it's just that photo of Jamie's hand with the ring, and everybody of her friends is like, congratulations, oh my God, this is the greatest. And she's like getting all these people thinking she's getting married. She's living her best life right now, dude. I'm going to let her have this one.
I'm telling you, dude, if she's not a guest on this podcast at some point, we've done wrong.
Well,
she provides entertainment.
Instant offense. Who knew Fran would be our Iggy?
Dude, she is, man. So,
moving on from Fran.
How do you?
I don't know. I didn't say nothing. I got annoyed at the concert, but I kept it inside. I just can't believe so many people are so unaware of how their actions are affecting those around them in public settings. I'm not in gatherings of people very often. I don't work in a workplace with a lot of coworkers. I don't, so I'm not like so much engaged with how people interact just regularly. But that was shitty. If people are always that unaware, fuck that.
Yeah, but
or uncaring. I don't know if it's unaware or just uncaring how their actions are affecting those around them.
A little bit of
It's
both.
the same kind of people that just go ahead and walk to their seat during a Blues game and not waiting for a stop of play.
Now, there's supposed to be ushers that stop you from doing that.
They're supposed to be, but there's some people, you've seen them that say, "No, fuck you," or whatever, and they just plow their way through. And
if I was an usher and somebody did that, I will be a hero in that moment.
Yeah, I think they've gotten pretty good about
I'll
being
tackle
like,
you
hell
on
no.
the stairs.
Tackle you on the stairs.
People are going. People are getting home. Ins and outs.
Oh, Xavi's house. The house of Xavi is a bustling.
Yes.
People in, people out. So if you hear any rattling around, it's all good.
Give me 1 second. If you could take this away real quick.
Oh, so I'm supposed to just carry the carry the ship monologue. So this is what the solo sit, talk, and listen podcast would sound like. So we're going to talk about our Mount Rushmore of rivalries going up. That's going to be coming up. We also got some talk about canceling subscriptions. Recently, I canceled a bunch of subscriptions. I'd like to get Xavi's reaction on that as soon as he gets done with the thing. It's all right. We're just gonna we're gonna do the thing. Thawing it out.
Yeah, so
What a natural little pause there.
well, just
bring us
some frustrations of
Bring us in to the fold. What's happening? What's going on here?
Well,
What's happening?
Booker usually
Booker the dog.
we'll go downstairs. He's a dog. He's been kind of running around, and he's probably confused because we're talking. He likes to talk. So my brother and his girlfriend, no, they're not engaged.
Yeah.
but- They're not engaged. But anyways, she likes the dog's company. So when I heard them got home, I was like, hey, can you call Booker to come downstairs? Now, this dog that usually runs downstairs any chance he gets, now when we're recording this podcast, refuses to do so.
He's sitting here by my side.
So that's just a little in and out. And,
So that's why I had to run the ship for a while.
and he's still up here.
Kind of was like a little dog in deer in headlights.
Yeah,
Kinda
little
what I
dog
was-
in headlights.
Little dog in headlights. That's me. So I was saying, Davey, I was wanting to talk about canceling some subscriptions. Have you canceled any subscriptions here in the
No,
last
I'm
year?
adding them.
I'm currently adding them.
No.
What's the last
I've canceled
subscription you
Apple.
canceled?
Apple.
Apple? When did you cancel that?
When I realized that soccer sucks, no matter if St. Louis has a team or not.
Did you get it for the soccer or did you
Yeah.
get it for the... Oh, okay. I had Apple for the first season, and it's not that I didn't think it was a good streaming service or that I didn't like watching the games. Soccer's usually on the weekends, and I can't, I got shit going on. I'm not normally able to just sit down and enjoy a game. And if I don't see a game live, I'm not going to go back and watch it. It's just
Not
not.
me too. I probably would have gave it another run if we didn't suck last year, full transparency. But
Damn.
it's like,
Down here.
I'm really trying, but it doesn't help that. So right now I work with a lot of Europeans that are really into soccer, and that's
Yeah.
kind of fun. And they're texting. I'm texting Brady through them because they're now all talking shit on Liverpool, and they want me to text my boy Brady, and Brady's talking shit back. So
Yeah.
that's kind of getting me more involved in it.
It's wild. I know that the kids are into the big time soccer, especially the
But yeah, I mean, right now at work I
Premier
have
League.
somebody from Ireland, somebody from England, somebody from Serbia, all at
That's
my work.
crazy.
So it's pretty cool. That's been really awesome. I should have, maybe we'll get further into that next Tales from the Server Table because I'm
Soccer
really
guys.
enjoying I've kind of befriended all the Euros there. We have a guy from South Africa, a guy from France.
Did they just talk mad shit on MLS or what's up?
No, they don't really. Like,
They're not
talk-
as bad as
I
us
mean, they
Americans.
don't watch it. No,
Yeah,
they don't.
so-
They don't watch MLS. But
They don't even consider it professional soccer?
No, they said that Messi's still playing well, but other than that, Apple is
The last thing you canceled?
but I added Netflix because they are, dude. I mean, it's always on my dad's.
that was what I was going to ask you before we got into this. I was going to ask for my little wrestling recap. I was curious what John Cena's up to after the heel turn that you informed me about.
Well,
But,
I would be.
how about you fill me in on this and we can get back to canceling subscriptions because we canceled our Netflix, so I won't be able to watch Raw if I want to. So you're going to be my guy. You're my guy on the wrestling chatter.
So I've been all in, and I don't regret it. I love it again.
I love it.
32 years old. The little boy in me is back, and he loves wrestling.
Somewhere deep down inside, there's a little boy who never learned how to ask people for their burgers.
So there's since the Elimination Chamber, which we covered last time, John Cena turning heel,
Yep.
all that.
Kids crying, Make-A-Wish crying.
So fast forward to
This
now
weekend.
this week, Raw Electric. I mean, Triple
Monday
H,
night.
he's just at it. He is the head of creative there now,
Right.
and he's all on top of it. Now, I watched SmackDown.
Head honcho.
Like I said earlier, SmackDown's on USA, and by God, they have so many commercials on USA. Like it is tough to get through. They
Watching a little 8-10 tournament on USA Today.
they cut out of a match to go to commercial, and it's like, what the fuck?
We'll be right back after these commercials, but it's not like, and that's crazy because I mean, wrestling is a live sport. Anything can happen at any moment. It's not scripted around the commercial breaks.
Yeah, literally, because like you'll see when they go to commercials, somebody. No, it's not scripted around the commercial break because when somebody's getting their ass beat outside the ring, they come back from commercial. Now this person's in control, and you're like, well, what happened?
Yeah, that would be extra.
So that's what I have to say.
Lame.
SmackDown has a lot of SmackDown is where Cody Rhodes, the current champion, is, who is going to be facing heel John Cena at WrestleMania. He's on SmackDown. Obviously, John Cena's fighting for the SmackDown title. So you have all this star power, and you're doing that now. Raw, though, let me tell you, There's CM Punk and Seth freaking Rollins. Seth Rollins, but please say the freaking.
Okay.
And
be courteous.
And they've had an ongoing beef for 8 months.
Where's the beef?
CM Punk saying, "You're living in my shadow, Seth." Seth doesn't like that. He's a pretty well-accomplished wrestler himself, leading to the Elimination Chamber. They had beef that ended up ultimately, they were so concentrated on each other that it cost both them kind of, long story short, a chance at winning the Elimination Chamber that John Cena won. And it leads to last week's Raw. The whole time they're going at it, fighting right off the get-go. They'll show something else, then they cut to them in the backstage going at it. Go to something else, cut to something and like I said earlier, it's like Peter Griffin and the chicken from Family Guy.
They're still going at it. They won't leave each other alone.
Yeah, so they step in and say, "All right, you guys settle this next week on Raw," which was this past week.
Next week on
in
Raw.
A cage match. Now, if you don't know what a cage match is, that means you can win by either climbing over and out of the cage, escaping through the door, or pinning the guy.
Yeah, and that's what I have so many questions about a cage match, and I don't know why you just don't bolt for the door right away. Like, I got out, I win, I'm first.
Because sometimes it's about sending a message.
I could leave and I could win this right now, but I'd rather beat your ass.
Yeah, it's like this. You could get in a fight with somebody you really hate, and sure, you could put them in an armbar and end that fight right away.
Yes.
Or you could just beat their fucking head in for 15 minutes. And well,
I don't know. I've never been in a physical altercation that I didn't want to end as quickly as I could.
Well, not Seth Rollins and CM Punk, because right off
they got a show to put on, brother. It's Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, well, I'm even UFC sometimes too. People want to fucking put on a show, and that's real fighting.
You go for that knockout blow if you get it, dude.
But anyways, right off the bat, both of them had opportunities to either escape, and they chose violence. We're not done, and I'm talking. This is an all-out slobber knocker. Both them going at it. They're throwing each other off the cage. They both did their finishers 3 times to each other. They're kicking out. They resorted
what kind of finisher is it when you got to do it 3 times?
Well, usually for both these guys, it's right away, but not when you.
It would be called a finisher when it's your last move. It finishes
but these
the
guys,
job.
they had that willpower. They were kicking out. They were dogging them. They did each other's finishers. Still not enough.
We do each other's moms.
CM Punk has one of the coolest finishers. It's called the go to sleep. Really cool. He holds a guy.
Checks out. But it took 3 of them to go to sleep.
Basically holds a guy, flips him into, bam, knees him right in the head.
Oh.
It's pretty cool.
I'm glad that they didn't have that move out and wasn't as popular before when we were living together.
Yeah, it was popularized by a Japanese wrestler. But anyways, we're losing half the audience. Seth Rollins is maybe not, because this is riveting.
Yeah, I mean, who knows?
Seth Rollins is in the corner after, like, they're both just beat the shit out of each other. CM Punk's like dead in the middle of the mat. Not literally, but he has
no gas, all out of gas.
And CM Punk's laying and he's staring because he's like about to get up and finish what he started. And all of a sudden you hear the crowd go crazy. And you're like, what the fuck's happening? Well, let me tell you what was happening.
Let me tell you.
The tribal chief, Roman Reigns, returned from a 2-month hiatus. And he fucking gets there and he pulls Seth Rollins out of the cage. So Seth Rollins wins, but that's not what's important.
Wins
here.
by being yanked out of the cage.
And got his ass beat by the tribal chief because, and the tribal chief is Roman Reigns, if I didn't say that yet.
It said Roman Reigns, yes.
He is,
he's alliteration RR.
He's the it guy. Like
he's the it guy?
He was before Cody Rhodes came back. It's Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns right now, the faces of WWE.
Wow. So baby face, huh?
He goes back and forth. He's really, like, he was a heel for a long time. I think the crowd loves him. I think he's a baby face in this return. But anyways,
they like some R&R.
He then goes in and beats the shit out of CM Punk. So I think it's lining up for a triple threat match at WrestleMania between CM Punk, Seth freaking Rollins, and Roman Reigns. The tribal chief. Acknowledge him. That's his slogan. He says, you got to say, acknowledge him.
Okay. I'll have
and that
Seth
is your wrestling
Rollins.
recap for the week. Thank you.
That was a lot. That was a lot happening. I asked. Thanks for filling me in on the John Cena action. When
John Cena has not returned since
WrestleMania is like April, May. When is it? I'm sorry. I know I asked you this. April.
It's coming up in like 5 weeks.
Okay, so nice. That'll be good.
So John Cena, I'll have more news on that because they're going to be in Berlin next week on a Euro tour, and they announced that John Cena will make his first appearance since turning heel in Berlin.
That'll be interesting. I'll be checking back in with you because, like I said, I have no. We got rid of the Netflix. It wasn't the first one that we canceled. I think our first streaming service that we canceled was Disney. We said, gotta cut it out. It's not that we didn't necessarily use them. We didn't use them enough to feel like it was justifying the price of the cost. You know, the price of subscribing.
The price of the cost.
The price of the cost. You know what I'm saying? Especially Netflix. It's gone up now. It's like $24 or something. It's like, I remember when
Netflix ain't no $24.
I don't know, dude. Let's look that shit up right now.
I know Prime just came out on my account today.
And that's yearly, isn't it? Prime?
No, it's $15.99 a month for me.
Oh, well, I guess she had done yearly.
Well,
I thought it was.
I pay for Prime. I pay for YouTube Premium.
Now that one I hear is useful. We don't have it. I
pay for Netflix. I have Brandt's HBO Max account. I have my dad's DirecTV account.
Yeah.
And I have my sister Sarah's Hulu.
Yeah. We have Hulu still, and we have, our regular charter because it comes with the internet. So we have charter internet, and then the charter cable kind of comes with it, and you can do charter on demand. There's a lot of stuff there. But it got to the point where it was like we'd feel like we were scrolling through Netflix forever, and nothing seemed interesting. Nothing seemed enjoyable to watch. And when they did this latest price increase, we're like, yeah, we're out on that. So canceled. We canceled the Netflix, canceled the Disney, and Amazon will be canceled after the wedding here because some of the decorations and stuff she had ordered through Amazon, so she wanted to get all that done. But after that, we're not going to do the Amazon. We're trying to not do these big corporations. We're going to try to tell them to fuck off. That's all you can do, not spend money with them, right?
Yeah, but you really can't, though. I mean, I'm pretty sure, you say that, but then you drive a car by a major car factory, use a phone made by a major phone corporation, so it's pretty impossible in today's modern age to...
Yeah, but you can control where, to a point, like, we know we can control not ordering things through Amazon. Simple.
Yeah.
We can control not having Netflix. Simple. Right. Not that Netflix is like an evil corporation or whatever, it's just all these large companies trying to nickel dime us just over it. So the more things that I don't have to pay for, the happier I feel. Is what I say. So standard with ads is $7.99 a month for Netflix. Standard without ads is $17.99 a month.
That's what I pay.
And premium is $24.99. That's what we had, I guess, because it was.
What do you get
add
with
up
premium?
to 2 extra month? I don't know. Premium, add up to 2 extra members.
Oh, that might be the way to do it.
Oh, here you go. So premium is ultimate ad-free TV, supported 4K watching. So you don't get 4K. Oh, watch on 4 supported devices at a time. You can only do 2 devices at a time with standard.
Oh, well, it's just
and you get 4K. Well, we got 4 TVs in the house. Adrian will be watching something. I'll be watching something. Jamie could be watching something. But rarely were we watching that much Netflix. We weren't ever watching 3 different things on Netflix. Usually 2. But you want to be able to. Anyway, we just weren't using Netflix that we thought was worth $24.99.
Fuck them.
I don't even think it's worth $17.99 to me at this point. So yeah, fuck them. And I'm not watching it with ads. I don't want to be advertised.
Well, mine's job related now because I am the wrestling correspondent of Sit Talk and Listen. So
put it on your tax.
I probably will. Yeah. I probably will
get the receipts and do that shit. So do you have any subscriptions that you were thinking about canceling because you don't use or you should cancel?
Prime. First of all, I don't online shop.
Yeah.
I can't think of the last show I watched on Prime.
Yeah.
I think I have Prime for football season.
Yeah. I had the old Peacock for a short period of time for the same reason because of football season.
The only other time I watch Prime is if a movie's recommended to me, and then when I Google it, what's it on? What's on Prime? And then I'm like, oh, glad I still pay for that. But that happens maybe once every 3 months.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you think you want to cancel it, or are you gonna just ride it out?
I might cancel it right now.
He said, because we're talking. Good luck. You can't cancel anything quick.
Really?
No way, dude. They make you jump through so many hoops to try to cancel.
I thought they were making like laws and restrictions to make that easier.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard anything is happening for sure. And either way, if they were to pass a law, it would take time to put it into effect. It didn't just happen overnight.
This is new too. I'm learning.
So right now, there's an article that says globally consumers are canceling subscriptions nearly twice as fast as they are taking new ones. With the top reason being the service no longer being needed.
So they're canceling?
It says, yeah, consumers are canceling subscriptions nearly twice as fast as they are taking new ones. So there you go.
So they're going to find themselves in pickle because they're going to try to keep upping the prices.
Right, which is going to cause people to
Yes, and
cancel.
then eventually, though, what's going to happen is you're going to have less eyes on it. So no matter how much subscriptions you're paying, advertisers are going to be giving less money. So we might see these prices coming back down, and then more people. That's a cycle that will happen.
Yeah, it could be. Because, I mean, if Netflix went to ad-free at $10.99, we'd probably still have it.
Yeah, and, I think everything's cyclical. I think what eventually what's going to happen is all these things will bundle together and be cable.
Cable again. Yeah. There we go. Well, back to it. YouTube TV, new cable provider.
Yeah.
So, let's see. There, in the same article, it says people reported spending about $40.39 monthly on their subscriptions as average.
Oh, I'm more than that.
But there's 85.7% of people say they have at least one subscription that they don't use each month. So there's 85% of people that say they pay for a subscription that they don't use monthly. 85% of people are paying for something that they don't even use each month.
Yeah, but like I said,
that's how hard it is to cancel so many things, is that people don't even, whatever. It's easier to just to pay the fucking $15.99 for some.
But what I want to ask, though, is we use this principle for subscriptions, but online shopping is way more prevalent. And how often do people buy something online that they don't use once a month?
Yeah, often. Just as often, if not more often. But you're not paying continually for something that you're not using. You pay for that one time, and then you use it either once or don't use it ever.
Yeah, but you're usually doing it several times because people get into such a habit of online shopping. It's addicting like anything else.
Sure. And I agree. I mean, that's a big reason why we are increasing our pollution to the planet, because we've gotten so accustomed to just buying something online without even caring if we're really going to use it or not. Or if we buy, we go on Temu or we go on Shein or whatever, and we buy, this fun little button-up shirt that's going to be perfect for this costume I'm wearing. You wear it once for a costume, and then you throw it away, and it just sits in a landfill forever because it's made out of polyester and it doesn't degrade. Fucking, what a world. Congratulations. Thanks for buying shit off of Temu.
Well, there you have it.
So cancel your subscriptions, save your money. I don't know. Tell me if you think your Netflix prices are worth it.
Yes.
I still pay for Spotify. It's been worth it for me. That's going to be one of the hardest ones for me to ever separate from, only because I rely on it a lot. I do. I can't say that I don't.
I'm Spotify'd up, Daddy.
Yeah, I'm locked into the Spotify.
And I also think I'm a Spotify elitist.
Oh, yeah. What's that mean?
You got your Apple Music elitists where they think it's far superior.
I see.
They frown upon us Spotify users, and I'm the opposite.
I think anybody that is a fan of Apple anything believes that that's the best, and anybody else is just a trash person, such as their phones. iPhone users like to live in this cloud world. Yeah, you like that? They like to live in the cloud of thinking that Apple makes the superior phones, but really they just make the coolest looking phones. And they got the best marketing.
Yeah.
So, fuck them.
We can move on.
Moving on from there, I guess it's probably about time, Xavi, to get into this week's Mount Rushmore.
And I'm going to be fully honest, as we believe in
Honesty.
media. Not going to have a lot of tidbits. These are just railing off some of the rivals of NHL that I can think of.
National Hockey League.
That can come to my mind. I don't really have any records. I don't have any games that are jumping out for any
We
of
know
these.
how much people love to hear the historical facts about all these Mount Rushmores we got. So sorry that we're leaving that information out this time.
So this is just going to be a quick bing, bing, ba, boom.
So NHL rivals.
We are going to go Canadians and Bruins. Montreal and Boston. Boston's back. And another rivalry. And it
Boston is
two original six teams.
big rivals.
Two of the biggest fan bases in hockey.
Yeah. Most passionate. I don't know about biggest. I mean, we got some pretty big fans in St. Louis.
Montreal would laugh at St. Louis if they heard St. Louis say we are a hockey town.
Yeah. You didn't
Like
say
Montreal breathes. They live and die for hockey.
Yeah, but like physically bigger, I think we might have them licked.
Yeah. So, but I mean, it's a very. I mean, like I said, it's a It's a original six, two original six teams. They absolutely hate each other.
Can't stand each other.
And that's my number one.
That's a good one. You know, how long until you figured out that Bruins were a bear? Did you know that from the very beginning?
Wow. I mean,
Be honest.
when I was a
Honesty in
kid,
media.
I mean, there's
When you heard Boston Bruins, how many years until you were like,
pretty
that's a
quickly
bear?
because they had a bear as a mascot.
It took me a long time before I saw that logo.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't think anything of it. I thought Boston Bruins, Indiana Hoosiers. Who gives a shit? Same thing.
I think because UCLA is also Bruins and it's a bear.
Oh, I wasn't as tied in to the colleges at the time.
So I think pretty early on.
My early
I
youths.
never put much thought into it.
You just thought Bruin, bear, done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bing, bop, boom, bop, bing, bop, bam.
Call it good.
Shit they're on, I completely understood. Next, we're going to go Battle of Alberta. Do you know what that is?
That's a good one. You get your Canadian matchup. You get the Calgary Flames, and you get the Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah, that's correct. And now they're very close proximity, and I like this one
I heard
because
that Tin Man from Wizard of Oz would only get his oil from Edmonton.
that could be so.
That's what I heard. But now, these days are a little tough for Tin Man. We got the tariffs and all this.
Not a political podcast.
No, skirting by.
Yeah, so
Edmonton and Calgary.
they're obviously Wayne Gretzky in the 80s. Calgary, they had probably a lot of their noise in the late 80s, early 90s.
Oh, who am I thinking of, man? I can think of the hockey card. Calgary.
Al McInnes, Brett Hall,
Another great player that played
Jerome
for them.
McGinley.
Yes, where I can picture the hockey card. He's got the all red on, just red from head to toe. Who's got the better uniforms between those two teams, Edmonton and Calgary? Calgary? Calgary. I don't know, dude. I'm just going to say it.
Calgary. Edmonton Classic, but I think it's only upped because you picture Wayne Gretzky, Mark Messier. Now,
I do love that contrasting with the orange and the blues. That's
I like
good.
the Oilers uniforms. They have a terrible, they have this terrible third uniform, but
Yeah. But you got to give props to Calgary. They have orange and red, and they make it work together, you know?
but the Oilers had the best hockey player of all time, and they had Wayne Gretzky.
And they can't put it together.
Well, Wayne Gretzky won quite a bit there. I was making a
Well,
joke saying
currently.
Connor McDavid is the best player
I
of all
stepped
time.
all on it.
Yeah, but it's okay.
Sometimes you got to be more to the point here.
Um,
So that's a good one. That's our two. So revisit. We have
third rival,
Boston and who?
Montreal Canadiens, the
Sorry,
Habs.
that's right. And then another Canadian matchup with Calgary and Edmonton. So we have our two Mount Rushmore rivals, and third.
Third, we're going to go with the Philadelphia Flyers and the Pittsburgh Penguins, the Battle of Pennsylvania.
Yes. Yes.
You know, just a lot of...
What was the name for those Philadelphia in the 70s? They had like a little nickname.
Broad Street Bullies.
That's it.
Yeah. They had a real mean style of hockey. That was the last time they won the cup. That was the last time they were relevant. That was the last time they were anything.
And the Penguins have kind of always been like a real skilled team, you know?
Yeah, the
They had
Penguins are
Yager.
the Penguins are either dog shit or they're
Right.
very good.
Right.
And right
With
now they're
skill. Like, when I think Penguins, I don't be like, oh, that was a hard-nosed team.
Yeah, and they've kind of, which is funny because Pittsburgh Steelers,
right?
You think of
that's a hard-nosed team.
You fucking pull yourself up by the bootstraps.
I remember the steel curtain.
And now, I mean, that's our but the Penguins are different. You said Jaromir Jagr, but Mario Lemieux is in
stud muffin.
And now you got you had the Crosby Malkin era, and now that's starting to
peter out.
Dissipate. Yeah, and so both teams kind of suck now historically. Trash.
Oh no, we suck again.
Trash ass Philadelphia trying to fucking. I will always root for the Penguins in that rivalry.
We fleeced them old. I say we. The Blues GM Doug Armstrong put them up against it. He said
that was the Oilers.
Well, I thought we were still talking about the last matchup.
Yeah, Doug Armstrong fleeced the Oilers.
I got my orange team's been fucked up. Fuck.
Yeah. So, but yeah, good try. But last but not least, we this might not be, but here it is. This is Sit Talk Listen.
Yeah.
This is a St. Louis podcast, and we have the Blackhawks and the Blues.
You're damn right we do. You're damn right we do.
And
for honorable mentions, Xavi was saying that maybe it should be Blackhawks and Red Wings. And I said, no effing way. No effing way. I don't give a shit if Chicago Hawks fans would pick the Red Wings as their most
a lot of hate in my heart for the Blackhawks.
Yeah.
They did that little 3-6, whatever it was. That was cool. But
that was cool.
During that whole time, the Blackhawks were covering up sexual assault within their own confines. Managers
we have
sexually
championships to win.
Molesting players, kicking players off the team because they didn't want to be touched in said way. You had the assistant captain, Patty Kane, beating a taxi driver's ass with his brother because they didn't want to pay. Just absolute scumbag behavior left and right. Would have sworn they were from Philadelphia if I didn't know any better.
Would have sworn
I have hate in my heart for the Chicago Blackhawks, as I suspect they do for the Blues.
Yeah, and Blackhawks can suck a dick.
And that runs rampant here. They get Connor Bedard. He sucks. Team still sucks. And that's what I mean. What can you say? We hate them. They hate us. Good. We've had a lot of playoff matchups with them. That's gonna. I mean, you can elaborate on this one if you want. I
think it's pretty self-explanatory. The Blackhawks are they're pretty shitty, and we've had a pretty heated rivalry from a lot of years. There's a reason why the Blues and the Blackhawks get picked when there's winter classic matchups, outdoor games, and it's always a big. If we meet in the playoffs, it's always one of the most anticipated series, I'd say. I think it speaks for itself. We don't have a lot to defend here. It's not purely St. Louis take to say that Blues and Blackhawks is one of the best rivalries in the NHL. One of the top four. It's got to be top four. It's got to be top four. And then number 5 can be Blackhawks Red Wings. Outside looking in, baby. That's what I say. Just like Detroit.
Yeah, maybe Rangers, Islanders, but that's it.
That's it for our Mount Rushmore of NHL rivalries. You want to recap that for us real quick, Xavier?
We have the original 6 rivalry, Boston Bruins and Montreal Canadiens. Then we have the Battle of Alberta, which is Edmonton Oilers and the Calgary Flames.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're going to go a little down south into the east with the Pittsburgh-Philadelphia rivalry.
Battle of...
And down southeast from Canada, man. Not like Southeast America.
We're a union state.
Yeah, no. Southeast just from the previous rivalry. And then we are going to finish it up with the Blues versus the Blackhawks.
That's right.
I will say this. I do hate that the Blackhawks have such good uniforms.
Ooh, you know what? I'll say that I want to disagree, but I can't disagree. It's a sharp uni. It's a sharp uni. It's a solid red, like a good sharp red in a uniform.
There you go, Brady.
But you know what? Blues got a slick uniform too.
They do. And I listened to a Chicago podcast that they hate us the way we hate them, and they say the same thing. They say they hate that they really like the Blues uniform. So these fan bases,
a little common ground, a little mutual respect for the colors.
But Blackhawks have the best uniforms in hockey.
Yeah,
Will you agree? I mean, every one of them. The
Now
white,
I'm gonna
the
have to
red,
go
the
through
black,
them all.
they
in
are
my mind.
fucking sharp.
They're so clean. They're so clean. I agree. There's something nice about the Red Wings. That's a classic one.
Gosh.
And I at a point, I liked Anaheim's jerseys, but I haven't liked an Anaheim jersey in a lot of years now.
Well, they ruined it because Disney used to own the rights to the Mighty Ducks. That's when they had the movie franchise, and then they owned the hockey team. Disney did, and then when Disney sold the team, they still had the rights to the Mighty Ducks name. So that's why they changed it. But they went as ugly as fucking possible.
Yeah, they went with like Longhorn orange.
on a ice rink, it doesn't look good.
Does not pop.
That purple Paul Correa jersey, though.
That's a slick jersey.
Yep. So
let's get on the Mount Rushmore. I think next week we talked about probably doing college basketball.
For the tourney, Mizzou won tonight. First game of the SEC tourney.
Tonight, first game of the SEC tourney. There was an injury. Oh gosh, what's his name? Golly.
What position does he play? I was working.
Guard. Our big guard, Mitchell.
Mark Mitchell?
Mark Mitchell left at halftime. Did not come back for the second half. Xavier's pointing across the kitchen currently.
I have chips with Mark Mitchell on them up there.
Supporting the NIL.
I love Mark Mitchell.
Well, Mark Mitchell left at halftime. Maybe it was a precautionary thing.
What the fuck? I'm finding this out right now.
This is a live update for Xavi. So
he's not a guard.
Oh, well, this is news to me. Look, I'm not a basketball expert. I enjoy watching it.
Oh, my God.
But I'm no expert. All I know is Mizzou Reddit was up in arms because Mitchell left the game. I think it was more that he just didn't come to play back after halftime. It wasn't that he left the court early and it was a big ordeal or anything like that, I believe. So that's what leads me to hope that it could be just like a cautious thing. Like, oh, man.
Seems like it was.
He tweaked something.
Yeah, Dennis Gage said, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't really even know what happened to him. So that's like, it seems like he would know a lot what happened to him if it was serious.
Yeah.
He said, I know that Mark knows what his body can handle and what it can't, and he wasn't able to return to the game, but it seems like he avoided serious injury. Thank God. Dude.
Yeah.
I'm getting live updates that are scaring my little heart.
I know. I had given some fear to all Mizzou fans, for a second there. But hopefully, knock on wood, it's not going to be so bad. Because we got a tournament to do some running in. Not this SEC tournament. I don't care. Get knocked out by Florida next game. That's fine. We needed this first win to kind of feel a little good about ourselves.
Yeah, we've been. But anyways.
So we also got the A10 tournament this weekend. So Selection Sunday. SLU won tonight. Well, SLU won tonight.
Let me say this. I could give two shits if SLU was in.
Nick hates mid majors.
Well, no, I do not hate mid majors. I just don't like SLU.
Oh, is it the Jesuits? Just you're not happy with the
no,
Jesuits?
No, it's just like I just don't like them. I'm a Mizzou guy, and I just don't like these people that say you can be both. You can't.
Why? They don't ever have to worry
If Mizzou
about
was playing SLU in the tournament, you wouldn't be like,
of course
you want to say, I don't care who wins. Fuck SLU.
You would say, I want Mizzou to win, but if SLU were to beat Mizzou, couldn't be the worst thing.
Yeah,
what I would say.
What the fuck? What the fuck are we talking about? Bob, not Mizzou guy, confirmed. You can't. What?
I'm not saying that by rooting for SLU, you're then rooting for Mizzou to downfall. If they were to play head-to-head, I would 100% root for Mizzou.
But I would be devastated if they lost.
I wouldn't be devastated.
Dude.
It wouldn't be nearly as bad to losing to a Norfolk State or some school that has no benefit for your community.
If Mizzou has an impact on our local and SLU was
community.
The 15 seed and we got upset by SLU, I would be pissed off.
I'd probably be a little...
maybe even more so because all these SLU fans that we live around would be... And you'd be coming out of the bushes in a fucking Billikens hat.
No, I wouldn't.
I would be disgusted.
I'd say I was glad it was the Billikens instead of some school from wherever. Lord knows. Florida Gulf Coast or whatever.
I want my mom to chime in on this because she is a huge Mizzou fan. But if Mizzou lost to SLU... I'm wondering how my mom feels. That's
She'd probably feel like me. Like, could be worse. It sucks Mizzou lost, but at least they lost to a school where there's some local benefit. That's what my thinking is. Not like, oh, I like SLU, I'd cheer for SLU. Not necessarily, I'm just saying. There's local benefit to SLU doing well.
Like if SLU had a run and we were like the number 10 team in the country, I could give a shit less.
All right. Well, you heard it here. So Xavi is out on the A-10 tournament. Doesn't give a shit about the Billikens.
Well, so what now? Well, Missouri State goes on a run? No. Well, at least it's Missouri State.
We did it with the Chiefs.
No, we did not.
Half of this St. Louis City did.
This is just crazy. What a terrible vibe to end the podcast on.
Oh, we were going to end on this vibe.
I thought we were brothers in arms for Mizzou. Here I'm learning that you'd be fucking marching down the streets of Chaffetz celebrating hand in hand with the Billikens fans as they beat Mizzou.
I think you're misconstruing what I'm saying, but that's okay.
You said that.
I said that if they lost to SLU, I wouldn't be as upset as if they lost to some other random. That's all I'm saying.
I digress.
All right.
We'll agree to disagree.
Sure. Also going on this weekend is the Players Tournament for the PGA. Any interest?
Well, Tiger tore his Achilles.
So no interest. Tiger's out. Xavi's out.
It just stinks. The Tiger's like, he's done. He's done.
Rory stole a fan's phone during a practice round. Did you see this?
I am still interested in Scotty Scheffler, and I want Scotty to win every tournament that he's in.
See, you do like a Scott, after all, when we had National Scott Day.
Scotty.
Oh. Scotty, motherfucker. Not Scott.
Scotty.
That's fair. No, you're right.
Nobody calls him Scott Scheffler.
That would be weird. Old Scott Scheffler.
So, yeah, I do. I was just adding on, like, I still like, I have interest in golf. I want to make that clear. It sucks.
The Players is a nice little ramp up.
I know, yeah. I'll be following golf season. I just don't like.
I usually check in the Players on Sunday. I like the 17th hole with that nice little island green.
I will
almost.
check in. I'm just sad about Tiger. It's like, I kind of hope he just, there's always that, like, gosh, can he just ramp it back up and somehow catch Jack and majors? If we just talking to each other, I think at this point, but.
What do you mean? You don't think we have crossover of people that want to hear about wrestling and PGA golf?
But no, last year when we first started this pod, Scotty went on a hell of a run, and I was all for it. And I think that if there's a chance of me liking a golfer as much as I ever liked Tiger Woods, it's Scotty Scheffler. Scotty
Scheffler, I do. He's a likable guy. I
want him to win everything.
I just like seeing dominance, especially in golf.
100%.
It's enjoyable to watch that. I don't know.
We as humans, we root for dominance, or you hate dominance. So, you hate. Why is that in golf that we love dominance, but like when the Chiefs or the Patriots?
That's what I was just starting to think about. Like, I don't. But it's the thing is, like, I don't hate the Chiefs for being good. I hate the Chiefs for
you wouldn't
personality being corny.
But you wouldn't care if the Chiefs were bad.
Well, you're right, but I wouldn't be subjected to seeing as much content of their corniness if they were bad. I guess
hated the Patriots. I hate the Patriots, but
it wasn't for their being good. I don't think it was their unlikable personalities.
Do you hate when like the Lakers are really good for a long time?
No,
or the Warriors? Did you hate them?
No,
okay,
no hatred feelings. I don't hate greatness. I just hate people that are like corny and seem unauthentic. That's I guess usually what I mean if I say corny. Like they just seem unauthentic all the time. Like they're always putting on an act. Those aren't my kind of people.
And I just want to make it clear because I might get some backlash for my SLU stuff. Because there's definitely times where I've tried to root for SLU, and I don't have the same like natural. It doesn't come naturally.
Yeah, I had a sister graduate from there. Took some games. Got to watch her boyfriend at that time fall down trying to race our friend.
Like if I see SLU's losing or winning, it doesn't move the needle. Day gets ruined when Mizzou loses.
Yeah, it was a tight game for a little bit there. coming down in the last 10 minutes. 2 points game today. They pulled away at the end. Thank God.
And I don't hate SLU fans, but if you were born and raised a SLU fan, but I do not like if you play crisscross, who's doing better.
I don't play crisscross at all.
I'm not saying you do. I'm hung up
put
on
it out
this.
there.
I'm hung up on it.
Yeah. Fair enough. So those are the sports calendar this weekend. Got the wedding Saturday coming up around the corner. Xavier's going to get his haircut tomorrow. And then we might record a post-wedding pod. We'll figure it out.
We're doing a pod right in the middle of the vows.
Somebody might. I don't think that'll be me. It won't be me. Shall not be I.
Brady and Matt are in town. This is their podcast. And, maybe, just maybe, we can do one with the four of us.
At least the four of us. Lord knows who's going to want to chime in. We just set up some mics and let it rip.
That'd be fun, but I also completely understand. Like, let's not piss off the bride on her wedding day.
Who said we'd be pissing her off? Maybe she wants to break it down and she wants to chop it up about the wedding and the endeavors.
Really?
Who knows? The world's our oyster.
Fuck.
If there's other
Bill might even get to chime in, dude. He's
gonna come out with us. Bill's gonna hang out all night.
I doubt it.
We'll turn in after the.
He'd probably be more interested in brunch the next day.
Ooh, we'll talk about brunch definitely the next day. Talking about brunch, we're gonna have to get on that hatched waiting list early if we're gonna have. Lord knows how big a group could be because we got a decent amount of friends coming in from out of town.
Podcast live from Hatched.
Sure, yeah. It wouldn't be as immediate of a post-game reaction. We'd all be feeling the Sunday scaries a little bit, probably.
Yeah, I'm thinking shift is going to go up.
Yeah.
I am scheduled to work Sunday morning at 11.
Yeah. Just try to trade somebody for either the evening or just, take up that Monday.
Yeah, so.
Whatever it takes.
So, yeah, we'll have if we don't record during Bob's wedding, we'll definitely have the wedding recap next week. Bob will be recording ties to old ball and chain.
Yeah, all hitched up. And we'll have our college basketball Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, so.
Rivalries.
Thanks as always. Love you guys. And